Hello everyone. Today I have delivered lecture on drainage basin. Drainage basin. What is meant by drainage basin? Drainage basin is one of the geomorphological structure which covers the drained rainfall into the particular area. It's called as drainage basin. There are morphological systems. The drainage basin is characteristics of drainage basin, stream channel, stream flow and hydrograph. Okay, and another one is fluvial morphology. But today we have learned about the drainage basin cycle. Okay, what is meant by drainage basin cycle? The drainage basin is nothing but the watershed. Okay, drainage basin is nothing but the watershed. Drainage basin cycle divided into the two different ways: transpiration and evaporation. Then depending upon the precipitation, interception, through falls, stream flow, surface storage, infiltration, soil water storage, percolation and groundwater storage. Okay, the surface storage totally depends upon the surface runoff. Okay, and soil water storage is totally depending upon the through flow, and groundwater storage is depending upon the groundwater flow. Okay, what is the characteristics of the stream? The stream has been classified into different characteristics of stream. Stream is nothing but the river channel. The stream channel is also called as river channel. The stream flow means flowing direction of the water. It's called as stream flow. Hydrograph is particular water level in the stream, in the river channel, is called as hydrograph. The first we learn about the stream channel. What is meant by stream channel? Channel may be thought stream channel may be thought as a long, narrow trough shaped by the force of moving water. Narrow trough means undulation and denudation like curve. The trough is concave towards upward direction, that is the trough, and this is the crest. It is what is meant by depth of the stream channel. Depth means it is measured of any specific point in the stream as the vertical distance from the surface to the bed. Surface to the bed of the river called as depth of the river. What is meant by width of the river? Width means dimension from one bank to the another bank. Means the actual river channel is called as the width. It is the distance across the stream from one water edge to the other water edge. It may be narrow, that person can jump across them, or wide as 1.5 km. Example, the Mississippi River width is near about 1.5 km. Somewhere the width of the river is varied from place to place, and different rivers is different width. Suppose the Godavari and Krishna is very long width, and in our Konkan region and some of the Himalayan mountain ranges, the width of the river is very less. But when the river near to the sea or near to the coast, the river width will be the higher. That is the stream channel. Cross-sectional area A means the cross-sectional area. It is the R in the square meters or square feet. That weighted perimeter. Perimeter means the pari. Pari. It is the length of line of contact between the water and the channel. The channel slope. Another is channel slope. Yes, it is the angle between the water surface and the horizontal plane. Example: 50 cm by kilometer. The symbol or particular unit of the channel slope is centimeters per kilometer. It means the stream surface undergoes a vertical drop 50 cm for each 1 km horizontal distance downstream. The channel slope means suppose 50 cm of each 1 km horizontal distance downstream. Means suppose when the river origin, then at the confluence point to the new river channel, or at the end of ocean, where the confluence point of the river and sea or river at coast. That is the highest point to the lowest point. That is the difference between highest point and lowest point, and called as channel slope. Okay, horizontal distance. Example: 0.03 means the stream drops 3 meters for every 100 meter of the horizontal surface. Okay. Then stream flow. Stream flow is totally depending upon the velocity of water. The gravitational force causes the stream flow. The gravitational force causes the stream flow. Water flows to the bed and bank moves slowly. That in the deepest and most centrally located zone flows faster. The central portion of the water flow is faster than both the banks of the river. Water will flow faster in channel steep gradient than the one-or-low gradient. Where is the steep gradient, the slope is more, the flow of water is very fast. And where the steep is very gentle, low gradient means low steep, the water will slowly flowing. Mean velocity V in steam commonly equal to the above of 60% of the maximum velocity. Discharge Q means discharge of water, means how much water discharge from the per second. It is the volume of water passing through the given cross section of the stream in given unit time, meter cubic per second. Every second, how much water amount, how much volume of water can be carried out or flowing from a particular river channel called as discharge. The formula of discharge is Q is equal to V into A, volume into cross sectional area. Then stream flow, the optimum channel will be semicircular shape in cross section. For Q is equal to VA, as the velocity V increases, cross sectional area must also decreases. Means velocity is directly proportional to the cross sectional area. A means the velocity increases, cross sectional area decreases. When velocity decreases, cross sectional area will be the increases. Q is equal to VA, waterfall rapid. A is the cross sectional area and V is velocity must be increased. Okay. Hydrograph. What is meant by hydrograph? Hydrograph is a particular diagram which shows the variation of discharge with time at a certain location of river. Suppose one of the location river, suppose we consider the Godavari river from Nanded town, Nanded city, how much amount of water discharge for time. Suppose at morning, at early morning, then mid morning, then evening and late night. How much amount of water passing from the river channel. Time versus discharge is called as hydrograph. The hydrograph drawn based on the how much amount of discharge and time interval on x-axis and on y-axis, the how much amount of water can be discharged from the river channel in cubic meter per second. Okay. This diagram shows the hydrograph. Okay. On x-axis time and y-axis the rainfall in millimeter, or runoff means discharge in cumex or cusex. Cumex means cubic per meter minute and cusex means cubic per second, cusex. And this is the higher peak flow or discharge. Okay, the rising limb and following limb of recession period means lag of time, rainfall peak, when the highest rainfall, and after some time the water can be highest discharge from the river channel, that is the highest peak of the water flow, that is the hydrograph. Okay, the component of hydrograph. In a hydrograph there are different components: discharge, base flow, rainfall, the peak, rising limb, basin lag, recession lag. These are the different components in the hydrograph. Number one, discharge. It is the amount of water flow in the river. It varies over time and place to place. Means discharge rate is totally depends upon the percentage of rainfall, percentage of infiltration rate, and barriers of the particular rainfall. Suppose the dams will be the construction upstream part of the river channel, the discharge will be reduced. When in particular, when within short time, in excess of rainfall, the discharge rate will be the high. When the high peak will be the occur in the hydrograph. Then base flow. What base flow means? It is much more constant in amount. The water level is nearly the same. Exactly, this type of water level will, in the winter season, it is much more constant in amount, and the water level cannot be changed nearly the same. It is discharged from delayed groundwater flow in soil during ordinary time. Rainfall. Rainfall means precipitation from the or snow melt or rainfall. It is intensity is partly responsible for the magnitude of the peak. What is meant by peak? Peak means it shows maximum flood level. Highest peak, it is maximum flood level. Rising limb means when the hydrograph, when the peak will be the high. When start the peak, high peak, it is called as rising limb. It is steepest Steepness determined by the rate of surface runoff. The higher the peak, shorter the basin lag with the steeper rising leg. Basin lag. What is meant by basin lag? It is the time between the heavy strain and the peak. The lag is determined by the nature of the soil moisture, the structure, relief of the basin and intensity of the rainfall. Recession level. Recession means the normal water level, the rate of passing flood, and it is great use to engineer and hydrogeologist or hydrologist in the planning of irrigation, drainage system, flood planning, power development, water supply and flood forecasting. The important of hydrograph, it is the flood forecasting. When highest flood, highest peak will be the occur. It is also responsible for when sometimes the river flowing above the normal level, or when sometimes when excess of rainfall occurred, sometimes the water level passing the dangerous line of a particular normal water level called as dangerous water level. Sometimes Krishna and Godavari, and sometimes flooded water river declared by the disaster management. Sometimes somewhere some rivers are crossing their dangerous water level. Okay, these are the totally depending upon the hydrograph. In many parts of the world, spring it is the time flood for spring rain and snow melt. Then although some rivers flood quite regularly, the recurrence interval varies from basin to basin and varies with the magnitude of the flood. In India, most of the Ganges and Brahmaputra, somewhere some maximum times they flooded. Okay, shape of the hydrograph. The shape of the hydrograph is totally depending upon the intensity of the rainfall and time occurrence of the rainfall. The variation of the hydrograph shape from basin to basin, which shows the dependence upon the discharge on the geological and geomorphological characteristics of the drainage basin. A flat stream has hydrograph with sharp peak for high immediate surface runoff with little absorption and storage of water in the basin. There are different states. Sometimes may be elongated, sometimes semicircular, sometimes flattened. When very normal level flood, the flattened hydrograph. When sharp-edged hydrograph, when the excess rainfall within the short period, then sharp-edged hydrograph will be occurred. And when flattened hydrograph occurs, when the time interval rainfall is large and also the rainfall intensity less. Suppose in 24 hours, 100 mm rainfall, the hydrograph will be the flattened. But within 1 hour, 100 mm rainfall occurs, the hydrograph will be occurred as sharp-edged hydrograph. Okay, these are the hydrograph, stream channel and drainage basin characteristics. Okay, stream flow, stream channel and hydrograph. Stream channel, stream flow and hydrograph is characteristics of the stream. Okay, stream is also called as river. Don't confuse. Okay, thank you.